again. Ok. Internet, ahora vamos a pasar a una cosa más divertida porque esto estuvo muy tenso. Pienso. What is you thinking, please? Tell me.
No,
Tell me. Was it dense or was
I
it
liked
hard?
it.
Yes? Who says something, please?
Marcela
Marcela,
said it.
tell
I
me.
liked it.
Ah, you liked it. Excellent.
No.
You know, it's the
Yeah.
theoretical part that you will have then
Interesting.
to study. Yes, it's interesting, but it's
Yeah.
hard for a Friday, for a Friday afternoon. Okay. So, international
In
court
my
of justice.
case,
Yes.
you have to adapt. You have to adapt your mind because
Yeah.
besides the fact of the technical word, in my case, I'm not a lawyer, so I maybe even don't know what that means in Spanish because
Yes.
I'm not a lawyer.
Yes,
So
yes.
you have to think at the time.
Yes, yes, I'm aware of that. I'm trying, that's why I'm all the time trying to think of the target reader, the target public. All the time I'm trying to explain on one hand the legal part. On the other hand, perhaps some of you are not so keen on English. So I have to, sometimes I have to see whether you are participating or not, because I want you all to participate or all of you to understand. To have this to be useful, because if not, we are wasting time here. So I think that this part is going to be funnier. The International Court of Justice, watching activity. I have two watching activities. One of the watching activities is just for fun to watch the movie and the short video. And the second activity, in fact, is activity that is uploaded on the platform. So it's official, let's say. So let's see. Yes. So in order for it to be useful. Okay. I think, yes, this is the one. Okay, I have two videos, as I said. This is the first one. Can you see the video? Some part of the video?
Yes.
Bueno,
No, yes.
pero
Okay.
esperen, tengo que decirle que...
Yes.
Sí, pero... ¡Ay, no! ¡No!
Sí.
¡Por Dios! Esperen. Wait a minute. ¡Ay! Me pongo re nerviosa. Sorry. Let's see. Si yo comparto, estoy acá. Ay, tendría que hacer un
Yes,
curso.
you have to go to share screen and go to YouTube.
Yes, and another thing, I have to
and choose
share
the YouTube.
Yes, but another thing is that I had to share the audio. Pero no me acuerdo cómo era, porque vos tenés que decirle.
Ah, yes. You
Stop
go
sharing.
up there at the top. If you go at the top, there.
Share the video.
Share screen. ¿Y dónde dice share?
Yeah. At the top.
At the top.
Move your. Move
Acá.
your. Yes, there.
Okay, and talking, Adela, no, more.
Can you find it?
Hide video, disable annotations. Porque antes salía, esto salía rápido con un cosito al costado acá, video. Ay, por favor, qué cosa. Ya voy a aprender. Después que lo haga 11.500 veces. Porque yo sí que decía, ¿quieres compartir con audio? Porque ustedes escucharon audio recién del video, ¿o no?
Yes.
So it was right. So I go on then. You have to tell me when.
No. You have to, when you say,
Okay.
when you are sharing.
Yes.
You have to go. I can't find it.
Sure.
Vas arriba, sorry, in Spanish.
Sí.
Vas arriba con el cursor, no me salía. Con el cursor
Sí.
y baja una opción a la derecha.
A la derecha con nuestro puntito.
Casi al final dice share
sound.
sonido.
Ahí está. Thank you. Ahí está. Listo, le puse share sound. Ahí está. ¿Por qué no sé? Yo digo, esta gente, los yankees, esto, se supone que vos vas a poner un video y le vas a poner el sonido. ¿A quién se le ocurre que no le vas a poner share sound?
Yes.
Tiene que ser por defecto. Wow. Okay. Thank you for the update. And now we are going to share everything. Okay. I think that is too long. It's a pity. So perhaps I'm going to cut it.
When states disagree on where their border is.
Ah, sorry. I had 3 questions. So I had an active activity so related to that. Sorry. Let's see the questions. My questions are, are you seeing the questions? Questions.
Yes.
Okay. Is this, so we are going to listen to some part of the story, and they're going to say, is this the first international court of justice that was created in the 20th century or not? Let's see. Where is it located? And then they say that there are contentious cases and advisory cases. So the idea is, who can bring a contentious cases? They're going to say, what type of person can bring a contentious case, bring a lawsuit upon the international court? Who can do that? We will see. And then who can start an advisory case? Yes? So now we're going to go. I don't know if it works. Then let's see. I know. See, okay. Let's see. Okay.
Okay.
Are you listening to the audio? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Hear sound, yeah.
When states disagree on where their border is. When states contest islands or a maritime zone. When one state considers that another has violated a treaty or other rule of international law. And when the UN or one of its agencies needs an opinion on a legal issue, they can turn to the International Court of Justice.
I go to be there.
The International Court of Justice, or ICJ, has its seat in the Netherlands at the Peace Palace in The Hague. Like the General Assembly and the Security Council, the court is what's known as a principal organ of the United Nations, and is the only one not to have its seat in New York. The ICJ is the principal judicial organ of the UN and the world's highest international court. The court has existed since 1946. Its 2 official languages are English and French. Its founding document, the statute, is an integral part of the Charter of the United Nations.
Veuillez vous asseoir.
All UN member states, therefore, automatically recognize the existence of the court and can call on its services. The ICJ is the successor of another court, created in 1922 by the League of Nations, the Permanent Court of International Justice. Between 1922 and 1940, the Permanent Court handled around 60 cases. It was dissolved after the Second World War. The ICJ succeeded the Permanent Court on the 18th of April 1946, inheriting not only its statute, but also its jurisprudence and traditions.
Attribution des juges en tout honneur et dévouement, en pleine et parfaite impartialité et en toute conscience.
Like its predecessor, the International Court of Justice has 2 roles. The first is to decide disputes between states. These are known as contentious cases. The court's second role is to respond to legal questions submitted to it by the General Assembly, the Security Council, and other UN organs or agencies. These cases are known as advisory proceedings. Since the court was established, it's dealt with a large number of cases. The ICJ is not a criminal court. It does not try individuals. Only disputes between states can be submitted to it. The court
Okay. I think that's
consists of 15.
okay. I think that with that, we answer the questions. Let's see. Are you seeing the questions?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay. So, is this
Yes.
okay, Luis? Excellent. Is this the first international court that was created in the 20th century?
No, it wasn't.
No. Why? Who is answering? Can see? Ahora no puedo ver a la gente. Ah,
Ah,
¿dónde está la gente? Acá está. Okay. Who is answering, please? Is this the first international court?
me, Silvana.
Silvana, tell us.
Sorry, I guess it was the first one was in 1922.
Okay.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, yes.
Okay.
And what was the name? The name was slightly different, I think. I don't remember the name either. But I know in Spanish
sorry.
that is slightly different. Se llama la Corte. Oh, I don't know.
Permanent court,
Court.
maybe.
Permanent court.
Permanent.
Permanent court. Okay. And it worked from 1922 to
In 1946.
46.
yes, yes, excellent. And then it was more or less dissolved. And what happened?
I don't remember.
You know that I'm the teacher of public international law. So I know it, but in Spanish. But it's good to watch the video in English, the version, the English version. Luis, do you know in Spanish, maybe? Do you know what happened then?
After the Second World War, created this court
Yes.
to solve problem between states.
Yes.
No individual persons, only states.
Oh, so that's another question. Who can bring a contentious case? So,
Only a state.
only states.
Only states.
Only states. And what happened with the first court? Anyone knows?
Right.
Tell me.
Overtaking the court in
What, Ana? Tell me.
No se escucha.
No, sorry, están hablando en una clase, por eso se escucha todo ya por el
Ay, mira.
micrófono.
Bueno, ¿quién sabe qué pasó con la primera corte? No?
Se disolvió.
Sí, se disolvió. In 1946, as the partner said. But what happened with the precedents, the mystique of the first court, the presence and the doctrines and the usages of the first court? Well, more or less, because they say that more or less, I don't know exactly the words that they use, but they say that all of was inserted in the first court. In fact, it was succeeded in the second court, into the second court. And the second court took the precedents, the doctrine, I think that also the place that where they are located. So the first court succeeded into the second court, which is the first international court. How many cases did the first court deal with? Did you hear that?
196.
I think they said
I don't remember
60
exactly.
cases. The 60 is there. The 60 is correct.
60.
Cases. They say that en 18 años.
I have a number here.
Yes, the 6 was correct. En 18 años atendieron solo 60 casos. Ah, qué corte piola esa. En 18 años solo tuvieron 60 casos. Okay. Where is it located?
The Peace
Is
Palace.
located
In the
In the
Netherlands,
Palace,
right?
in The
Netherlands.
Hague,
In
Netherlands.
The Hague.
Yes.
in Hague.
Yes, The Hague. Palace. Yes.
And
What
then
are, yes, tell me.
I visit these courts in 3 years ago.
Marvelous.
Yes,
Great.
when I studied
Yeah.
in Netherlands.
And it was a tour. They make you a tour inside the court, or
Yes.
how did you enter it? How did
Yes,
manage?
you can make a tours for
Yes.
this court, no?
You have to pay to enter?
Yes, the math pass is very cheaper. No, it's
Cheaper.
not more.
Okay. Excellent.
Sí, yes.
Qué lindo.
Interesting, it's interesting.
Interesting.
Sí.
Yes, I want to be there to be just a person to clean or anything. To be there and to get to know them. Okay, so there are contentious cases and advisory cases. Only states can bring contentious cases. And who can start an advisory case? Dijeron ellos, algo dijeron. I think that they said something like that. I don't remember exactly, but organs from the UN and organs and yes, and NGOs, perhaps some public persons and organs from the UN and international organs. And I think that maybe states may bring may bring a file against somebody, but to asking only for an advisory case, for a pronunciation, a declaration. It's not a declaration is soft law. It's something that is not a decision, but only una acción meramente declarativa, an advisory case that you are having the court saying what the law means in a certain case. That would be an advisory case. Okay. Yes, tell me.
In Spanish, podrían ser como opiniones consultivas.
Consultivas,
también,
exactamente,
advisory
sí,
case.
opiniones consultivas. Entonces tenés o juicios u opiniones consultivas. Las opiniones consultivas parece que no las pueden pedir en los estados, que los estados se le tienen que pedir a un órgano de las Naciones Unidas o a ciertos órganos que los menciono que no me acuerdo cuáles eran, pero el estado directamente no. Y entonces esos órganos los llevan a la corte y le piden una opinión consultiva. Excelente.
¿Qué órganos tipo Consejo de Unión Europea?
Bueno, esto no es de Unión Europea, sino que pertenece a la órbita de las Naciones Unidas. Pero hay
General
otra.
Assembly.
Sí, es la Asamblea General, el Consejo de Seguridad y la International Court of Justice. Pero allá en Europa tienen su propia Court of Human Rights, European Court of Human Rights, que es para la gente que está en Europa. Y I think that lay people, human persons, would bring a case there, not only states, in the European Court of Human Rights, que también está en Europa. So you have the.
I think that.
Yes, tell me.
I think that the European Court of Human Rights is similar to the Inter-American Court of Human Rights.
Exactly.
And this court is different because it's only between states, right?
This one that we are discussing here.
System.
Yes. This one that we're
system
discussing here is only for states, but la Convención Interamericana de Derechos Humanos de Costa Rica and the Corte Interamericana de Derechos Humanos, human and lay person may bring a case against one's state. En Argentina, en Latinoamérica. But in Europe, entonces es como si fueran distintos niveles. So the European Court of Human Rights, nivel ONU, y solo entre estados. And then you have another level for human rights also Corte Interamericana de Derechos Humanos, and the European Court of Human Rights. And a lay person may bring a case against one state, una persona física contra un estado. That is great. I think that because I think that lawyers may have worked here, and also translators and English teachers, because they need English all the time. You have you seen in the movie, in this video, there was a window and some people out there, and those were the translators. So translators have worked there, and English teachers also. Okay. So this was one of the activities, the watching activities. A ver.